how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. So I wanted to start a new series on my channel where I have an excuse to actually make something fun and enjoyable for myself, but also give it a little bit of a twist because I'm not just making it from scratch, I'm making it from something that already exists. So welcome to this new series I like to call whatever I put the title of this video as, because I still have no idea what I'm going to call it. My friend Mariah has done thrift store makeovers for as long as I can remember. Like, it's such a cool, catchy title. She makes something really cool out of the stuff she finds at thrift stores. And I've always wanted to do something similar because I love turning one thing into something else, especially now I have experience more with clay. It's just fun because I can do one thing from something else. So yeah, welcome. Today, I'm going to be decorating a box. I got this for my wedding. I can't remember exactly where I bought this. I think it came with like a lot of wedding stuff on Facebook Marketplace or something I bought with like a ton of wedding stuff with it. And it's supposed to be like, oh, you put your greeting cards in there. Like, wow, that looks like that's nice. And I was gonna use it, but then I ended up just making my own like post box, red post box for my wedding. So this is just sat there, like, what do you do with a box with a hole in it, you know? However, every time I look at this thing, I'm like, there's only one thing that I see, and I don't know if it's just me, but all I see is the Krusty Krab. Like, it looks like the Krusty, I mean, it doesn't look like the Krusty Krab, but like the shape of it is giving Krusty Krab vibes. So I thought, why don't I make a video turning this into the Krusty Krab? So I hope you enjoy this video. And before I start, I just want to say, if you really enjoy this video and you want to see me turn the inside into the Krusty Krab too, like this video. If this video gets 10,000 likes, get this video to 10,000 likes and I'll turn the inside into the Krusty Krab. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. Okay, first thing we need to do is remove all of these little metal pieces and plates so we can get it all prepped to become the Krusty Krab. I just know these little screws are gonna fall on the floor, then I'm gonna stand on them with my bare feet. This one doesn't want to come out. There's always one. Crisis averted, I ripped the screw out, so that's good. The only thing I am going to keep on here are these back hinges though, because I still obviously want it to open up. I'm just obviously not going to have these weird little details on the side. Okay, now we have successfully destroyed the box. We're going to go ahead and fill all the holes and this weird thing at the top that we don't need. And yeah, I'm really excited. This is a project I've been so excited to do for such a long time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it today. Now we're all prepped and ready to go. We're just going to slather on the clay to fill these crappy bits. Okay, this is going to be a little bit harder than I thought. This may require quite a bit of surgery to get right, but I actually do plan to like cover all of this in clay as well, so we'll get there eventually. Oh, okay, that's great. You know what? I had a better idea than this. Why don't I just tape it? This is probably just going to be a temporary fix whilst it dries. This should prevent the clay from falling in at least, as long as the tape doesn't fall. Okay, that should be pretty good. Okay, so a big part of the Krusty Krab is it has like a bunch of like planks on top that are really uneven. And I think technically the actual shape of the building itself is like a crab catcher. That's like the whole joke of it. Like Mr. Krabs, the crab, works inside the Krusty Krab, which is actually a crab catcher. So we kind of have to give those sort of vibes. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and sand this a little bit more. I'm gonna play some jazz music for you so you don't have to listen to me sanding something down. The stuff is a pain in the butt until it actually sticks to the surface. Okay, this looks like crap at the moment, but we're gonna, nope, get on there. Nope, don't do that. Get on there. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this out now, hopefully anyway, and we're gonna carve the planks into it. Should probably take my wedding rings off. I don't have any rhyme or reason to this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just carve into it. I have to make them look old, like old planks. Gonna add some little swells in here. Okay, I think that's kind of looking like planks of wood, a little bit. It needs to look sort of old and split. Trying to make the boards look a little crooked on purpose, kind of like they do on the actual Krusty Krab. I'm really friggin' happy with that. I think that looks quite legit. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. So there are also two like strips that go down the side. I'm not gonna do that until this is completely hardened though, because I don't want to mess up the top. But what I might do now is work on the sides, because the sides have a lot of work. And the issue is, because it is a chest, I need to try and make sure there's still a gap here so I can still like open it up. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that, but I will try. Initially, I'd planned to slather the clay onto the sides, so that's exactly what I did. Then I realized I'm basically putting it on just to have to smooth it out with sandpaper and paint a flat window on it anyway. Like, what am I doing? So heartbreakingly, after meticulously applying the clay, I scraped it off. So making the Krusty Krab restaurant made me so hungry, and I started to crave buns, which is why today's sponsor is so perfect. I found a baked good lover's dream. Okay, if you didn't know this existed, you are welcome. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas. Wild Grain partners with small bakeries and pasta makers across the country to keep the tradition of artisanal and nutritious food alive. And I'm a bread fiend, so I received sourdough, ciabatta, croissants, as well as cookies and pasta. It's delicious. The ciabatta bread is amazing. I think my favorite was the sourdough loaf. It was so good. We also devoured the chocolate chip cookies before I got a chance to record it, so I mean, they were delicious. With every box ordered, 2 meals are donated to a non-profit of your choice at no extra cost. Plus, every box is customizable and you can choose from classic, plant-based, or gluten-free. And I just love that the products are so much more fresh than anything I get at the store. So if you want to check out Wild Grain, be sure to click my link in the description and use my code ChloeRose to get $30 off your first box. Plus, you'll get free croissants for life. And a massive thank you to Wild Grain for sponsoring today's video. I'm liking how this is looking so far. I don't like how my hands are looking so far, but I need to take my rings off again. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna add some like little panels here to the middle section, which is the door, another panel here, a section here. Then we're gonna finish off the side sections with this. And then the Krusty Krab has like little tiny little pieces of, I think it's rope. I don't know nautical stuff, but we're gonna add the little pieces of rope as well. And in part 2 of this video, we're gonna paint it. We're gonna make this little nautical flags. It's gonna look cool. Hopefully, I'm worried when I paint it's gonna look like absolute shite, but hopefully not. Hopefully it's gonna look good. But so far, I'm pretty happy with it. We're gonna add the little lines though, because I want this to match the top piece. And I'm deliberately adding in some wonky pieces. I'm like widening it so it looks like cracked wood, because it's, you know, the ocean destroys everything, especially wood. I mean, leave anything in the ocean long enough, it's going to get destroyed. Look at the poor Titanic. It's collapsing literally all the time. The ocean is a very scary and fascinating place. Actually, I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Are you more scared of space or are you more scared of the ocean? I personally am more scared of the ocean than I am of space. I think both are fascinating. I love the ocean. I just like looking at it. I don't want to go in it. I don't want to go near it. I love swimming in pools, but I don't like the ocean because it's so deep and scary and you don't know what's down there. So I'll be staying well clear. So I found if I add a little bit of water to my clay, it actually helps it to stick a little bit better. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that looks like an actual turd. I think this actually sits over this a little bit actually. So I need to work fast before it dries so it sticks. Sorry, I know my head's in the way, but it's the only way I can see it. I'm also deliberately not making it perfect because if I make it perfect, it's not going to look like SpongeBob. So we're kind of just sort of keeping it very loose and cartoony. So it looks like something you'd see in SpongeBob. Ooh, it actually looks... Oops, that looks better than I thought it was going to look. I actually think I might pull this off. I am surprising myself, trust me. So this piece starts and then goes upright like that. So water is the trick. The water helps adhere it to the surface. If you want to know how to make your own Krusty Krab out of a wedding card box, now you know. Use water. Oops. Just fling the clay everywhere. If I'd have thought this through, I would have measured it all first, but it's okay. Pretty sure SpongeBob is like completely hand-drawn, at least it was at one point. So SpongeBob is not perfect. So I'm not going to measure stuff out because, especially in the early days, everything was kind of wonky. So that's what we're going with. We're not doing any of that weird modern SpongeBob stuff where everything's like the stupid goofy faces. We're not doing that. I'm a little worried about this door frame because it's really wonky, and I know the rest of it's kind of made to be a bit more wonky, but I feel like the door frame needs to be relatively straight. I think it's made to look like planks of wood, so we'll do it like this. Okay, I think that's actually gonna work. Actually, let me try and make this look more like planks. Cool, that works. Let's make it look like wood now. Okay, because this entire side still hasn't like dried yet. It's like done, but it's not dried. I'm not going to mess around with it anymore, and I'm going to keep it as is. Let this... Oh, I've already done that. That's great, look. This is what I'm scared of. I'm scared I'm going to like accidentally touch something I shouldn't, and then it will harden that way, and then I'll be like, crap, what am I supposed to do now? I'm going to have to rip it all off. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let this side entirely harden overnight. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish this side tomorrow. Okay, so everything that I put on yesterday has now hardened. So we're going to go ahead, add this last section, and then I think we're going to be in good shape to start painting. Okay, no one look at the bottom of this, because just don't. Is that going to come off? Okay, yes it will. Thank goodness for that. Okay, this bottom part has completely just like not cured at all. So I'm gonna have to like leave it upright, I think, later, because the bottom has just not dried whatsoever. It's really like hard to get this just started in the first place because it sticks better when you have a little bit of water and tackiness on the clay. Once it's on there solid as a rock, but getting it actually started and into the shape you want it to is like really tough. So it's definitely taking longer than expected. I thought, oh, it's gonna take me like an hour to put this clay on here. It shouldn't take me too long. I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. I will probably not learn from my mistakes because I always underestimate how long things will take me. Also, ignore this. Crap crappy bit, because this is where the clay came through that little slot. We're gonna worry about that if we actually like do anything with the inside in the future, which if you do want to see that, let me know, because I will do it. But I know if the majority of people don't want to see it, because I'm not gonna bother doing it. Let's hope I'm not going to damage this by sitting it on the other parts of the clay. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what's happened here. It looks absolutely horrific. So I think I'm going to have to like redo this section, because I'm really not happy with this. This just looks so bad. The other side looks fine, but I don't know. Something's messed up on this side and I do not like it. That like there's messy, deliberate messy, and then there's just like not doing a good job. And I feel like this side just there's like, it's not good. So we're going to fix this section in a bit. But because this is still like not hardened yet, I don't really know what to say. It's not cured, because it doesn't cure, it just hardens. So it's like moist. Is that the word? Moist, it's still moist. I don't know. Gotta do some surgery on this side. Okay, it's actually really coming together now. I'm so excited to start painting this, other than this crap up here. Ignore that. I feel like this looks pretty decent. Actually, speaking of this area, I want to do something with it because it looks gross. I really hope once this is painted, this actually looks like wood and not just whatever I'm doing. This one needs to overlap this one. I'm not really caring too much about the back side of this, like the butt end, this side, because no one's gonna see it. Also, because I have this huge chunk here, every single time that I open it, it hits the clay behind, so I have to make it more of a dip, because otherwise it just won't open at all. Okay, I think I'm actually done. I'm gonna have a look over it, but once it's all hardened, I think it's actually the base of the Krusty Krab. It's complete. This is the best day of my life. It's not the best day of my life, but creatively, I feel very accomplished. Let's have a look at it. Okay, we are officially done with the base of the Krusty Krab. I'm so freaking excited. I think this looks really good so far. Hoping on camera it doesn't look too bad, because the camera tends to like intensify the contrast to like show all the cracks and crevices and the pores in my face. But this is how it turned out. Don't judge it yet. Have some imagination. This is going to be all nicely painted. Originally, I was on the side here going to do like small pieces of clay for like the rope they have on the side. Then I was like, I might as well actually just use twine, you know, because twine would look legit. So I'm going to do that once I've painted it. That's going to go on here. I'm going to hand make the flags instead of painting them on, because that'll look better than just like painting some crappy flags on the front. But if you want to see this painted, that will be in next week's video, Thursday at 3 p.m. Wobbly and SpongeBob-like, and I'm very happy with it so far. It's kind of plain inside, and we could actually make it look like the real Krusty Krab. So if you did want to see a part 3, let me know in the comments down below, and by liking this video. If we get enough likes, I will do a part 3 to this video at some point where I turn the inside into the real Krusty Krab. We'll make some little tables and things. It'll probably take a while, but that would be fun to do. So first order of business is to gesso the entirety of this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just like gesso all over this. There's really nothing that I can say to this except I'm just painting gesso onto it, and it's gonna look absolutely no different to you whatsoever in the camera. So I'm just gonna go ahead, fast forward this part for you, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. I'm using a sponge brush just because I can get into the nooks and crannies way easier with this thing. Normally I would not use a sponge brush, but this kind of craft calls for a good sponge brushing. Maybe that's SpongeBob's brother. Sponge brushing SquarePants. That doesn't make sense. I just uploaded a video yesterday actually, and the amount of like negative, stupid, trolly comments I've been getting just randomly on different videos. It's very odd to me. So I'm just curious, like, why is everyone in a bad mood at the moment? Like, if you're in a bad mood, feel free to like say why in the comments instead of leaving a stupid one. You can actually sand this clay as well, by the way. I'm just choosing not to because it doesn't make sense to sand it because I've already added a ton of detail to it and I don't need any of it to be smooth. So I'm just leaving it as is. Okay, the Krusty Krab is now all gessoed. Now we just need to let it wait, let it dry, and then we're gonna add on the first coat of that like poopy looking brown color that makes the Krusty Krab. Stay tuned. Okay, this is now dry. We're gonna go ahead and put on the first coat of nice, delicious looking brown paint. I'm gonna use basic craft paint for this because I'm not looking for it to be light fast. The only professional paint I have is like heavy body and it's too thick. So I'm just gonna use some basic craft paint for this because it works nicely. The Krusty Krab though seems to be like a mixture between these two. It's not quite this dark, it's also not quite this light. So I'm gonna mix the two together, see what we get. Got another foam brush because there's fluff on that. Okay, let's get rid of that, go away. Nice foam brush because this worked really nicely for the gesso, so I'm going to use that again. Okay, that looks like my dog just ate a bunch of chicken and went outside to use the bathroom afterwards, which if you didn't guess, my dog can't eat chicken or beef or lamb or pork. He can only have salmon and white fish, so basically, I don't know how he'd survive in the wild. If you see me filming with my phone too, it's because I'm trying to make like a short form video because that's what social media is pushing these days. Okay, so that is actually a really good colour. I quite like that. Just go getting all the nooks and crannies. This is probably going to need at least 2 or 3 coats at the minimum. Okay, can I say this? I feel like on camera it looks horrific. In person though, it looks like real wood. I actually really like it and I almost like it more because you can see some of the like the white underneath. I don't know if that's just me, but it kind of makes it look more like legit wood and I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up doing another coat with how it's looking so far. I'll see. Oh, I have hand cramp already. Okay, this part is going to be very awkward because I have to try not to get anything on this part because this is going to be the window. So that's just going to be a bright blue. Originally, I was half tempted to like actually use like some sort of saw, like an electric saw or jigsaw or something to make like an actual window. And you know what? Maybe if I end up doing inside, maybe I'll actually do that because then you'll be able to see actually inside the Krusty Krab. So that might be an option of something I could do. But for now, I'm just going to paint the window just to be blue. Ow, poop. I made a mess. It's gonna require some coats to cover up, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm going up to the edge as close as I possibly can, but I'm not getting all of it. So I'm gonna get a very, very small detail brush to really like finish those edges off because this foam brush is not doing it for me. However, it's getting in all of these little crevices, which is good. Ah, poo. This side doesn't look good either. Okay, so this is supposed to be part of the window, like it's supposed to be blue. I am tempted though to bring some of the brown up to here though, because the windows are a little bit bigger than they actually are on the Krusty Krab. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paint them, see how they look. And if I really, really don't like how they are, I'm gonna bring some of the brown in to probably this point and just like expand the wood a little bit. I just really hope it doesn't look tacky because I'm painting the windows instead of making like actual windows. But I guess we'll find out once it's fully painted. And if it looks that bad, what I can do is just like, as I said before, use a jigsaw in a future video and actually show the inside of it. But that is not happening in today's video. We're going to use paint and hope for the best. Actually, I think we can get away with it. It's slightly bigger than the actual SpongeBob windows, but I think we can make it work, especially when I go in and add like flags that I need to make. That'll probably really bring it together. I'm also going to do some like white streaks for like the shininess of the windows. But yeah, you know what? I think that's going to work. I obviously need to do another coat for the brown, but I'm pretty happy with how the blue looks. This is going to be fun to neaten up because it looks like crap at the moment. It's going to require a lot of tedious painting to make this look good. Oh, I really love the front though. I think it looks really good. Like from the front, other than obviously some patchy parts, I think it looks really cool. I'm super happy with that. So I also bought some twine that I'm gonna like somehow glue onto here once everything's painted, like the like cross-hatched sides. There are some like dodgy bits here, but I'm not too worried about it because once I've added that twine, you're really just not gonna notice it. If it does bother me and it looks really noticeable, I may just end up taking it off, sanding it, and then repainting it. But honestly, because this is gonna be so covered up, I'm really not that worried about it. Okay, we're gonna add some white streaks now to the windows to give them a bit more like shiny effect. Okay, I've just thought of an issue that we're gonna have. The rope on the side of the Krusty Krab tends to go from up here down. But if we're gonna want to open this, that's not gonna work. So I think what I'm gonna do is just keep it to the window section, just because that way we can still like open and shut this, because it would be a real shame to have something with that feature only to like block it by putting the string. I mean, it's not gonna look as good, but we just wanna put the string here so we can still use it. I'm really liking it so far. Added the shine. I think it's looking quite good. I think next though, I'm gonna work on the actual flags that go here because that's really gonna help bring it all together, and obviously I need to still paint the door. However, I think this little flag here will really just bring everything really nicely together. Okay, we have all our flags here. This is the order that they go in, kind of like this. And they're strung along the front with some string like this. So I'm gonna hot glue this, hope it works. I almost feel like I need a hole punch to go through these flags, but I don't have a hole punch. So I'm literally just gonna hot glue and hope for the best. Okay, this is actually working a lot better than I expected, so that's good. This should definitely stay. Hopefully the hot glue will actually stick to the unit too. Oh, why does hot glue do this? Why does it always look so bad and stringy? How does one not make a mess with hot glue? That is the question. But, ooh, look at that. That looks pretty cool. That's gonna look so good. I think I'm just gonna stick it on this outside area, to be honest. Flag's too big. Am I overthinking this? I think I'm just gonna go for it and stick a glob up here. And then I'm gonna stick a glob up here. Okay, how does that look? Does it look stupid? I don't know. I think it looks okay because I can still open it, mostly. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I am going to paint on the door though because the door needs some help. Okay, there's the doors. Oh, I'm actually loving how this is looking. I actually love it. This is exciting. So now really all there is to do is the netting on the side. Finish painting up a little bit here and there, but we're basically done other than that. Okay, this is going to be very tedious, but hopefully worth it in the end. Okay, that's looking good so far. Now I need to like do the crosses along and it's gonna look pretty good. No! Oh, this hot glue is such a... I hate hot glue. It just gets everywhere. I think I could go for one more here. But I think I'm out of hot glue. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in the next video.